Okay, so let's talk about Yelp and how to respond to negative Yelp reviews. And we're using the cleaning companies because that's our area of expertise here. So, by the way, if you want to continue getting more information on this, check out the group. It's called the Six Figure Cleaning Business Masterclass on Facebook, or you can go to tremendouslife.com. All right, you guys, so this is an example of a one-star review, and there are a lot of things, obviously, that this reviewer says, and this reviewer is very angry. So, especially when you see the capital letters, I never booked a monthly cleaning, but she proceeded to send me a spiteful email that she was canceling the service, blah, blah, blah. She was rude. She called the cleaners, and basically this reviewer is saying that the service wasn't good, that the website says one price, but that was not the real price. So you need to be very careful when you have your prices online. And I don't know why somebody will do that unless you have packages or situations where you can tell the client, okay, if you have this many bedrooms, is this many bed is this much. If you have this many bathrooms, but that can get very complicated. I will just provide an hourly rate instead of providing flat fees, because those are very dangerous. You don't know how long it's going to take you to clean it, unless you already provide a service to the client before. So this is another example, and this reviewer is saying that the business owner tried to charge more for the cleaning. So you see this a lot where they request, they have a budget and they don't want to go over the budget, but yet they want everything to be clean. So when the business owner says, "Oh, I need to charge more," then they get really angry, because a lot of these people on Yelp, they do want to they know that business owners care about their businesses, so they do tend to take advantage if they're not satisfied with the experience, or if they want to get a cheaper price. We hear this all the time, where the Yelp reviewers will go online and say that I'm going to go online and I'm going to write a really bad Yelp review if you don't give me a discount, or they try to play games with you. So you need to not lose your cool. You need to stay professional, but you really need to learn how to respond, because future clients are going to be reading these reviews and they will read it. So you want to make sure that you're professional, even when you're just really disappointed with a specific reviewer, because you know that they're lying or that they're taking advantage of the situation. So here we have, and this is another example, this reviewer is saying that the cleaners scratch her floor, and the cleaning owner is responding here. And the cleaner owner, obviously the business owner is saying that he is the one who terminated the service, and that the client was abusive to the maids, and like I said, that they try to scam the company. So you see this often. You see this often, and you have to be very careful when you go into accusing someone. So although I think he did a decent job here by calling this person out, I perhaps would have said all of this in a different way. But sometimes it just gets to the point where you just cannot believe that a client, a reviewer, is going to lie in order to get discounts or get a free cleaning. And this happens so often. So anyways, he didn't do a bad job here, but I would have done, perhaps say it in a different way. This is another review, 1-star review for another company. I just pulled these guys from different areas in the United States, not from a specific city. And this reviewer is obviously very frustrated, saying that the service was very unprofessional, and the business owner responds with, this is what happened. But this business owner, I wouldn't definitely not use his style when responding to any reviews online. I think obviously he doesn't say thank you for the feedback. He just goes into being very aggressive in his response, that I wouldn't suggest this at all. I think you, as a business owner, you have to be more professional, and you have to really put yourself and really put yourself in the customer's shoes. There is a reason why they're frustrated. And are we attracting the wrong clients? Is that what it is? Is that why we're getting so many bad reviews? I ask myself that all the time, because if you go to my page, my Yelp page, you see that we do have 4 stars, but the people that are giving us 1 star, they are, before they get to the 1 star, a lot of them are really trying to take advantage and trying to scam us. But I don't do that. I don't respond by saying you're doing that, because I have to be very careful to keep my reputation 100% so I can continue to attract better clients. So this is obviously, you have to have your own style, but I will definitely not recommend this style where it's just basically blaming the customer for everything that happened. This is another review. The man said a terrible job, basically, is what this person is saying. And then, not only that, but when the business owner responds, the business owner is saying, I would not use this style either. The way he or she is responding to this client's review is highly unprofessional. I just wouldn't use it, guys. This one is another one, horrible service. And they go into do not use and horrible. So the business owner here started really good. We do our best to satisfy every client. Cleaning is a subjective service, which is true. Your comments are traveling but appreciated. That's very nice. And then he says, we work directly with our clients. And I love that. Because you want to put yourself in a potential client's shoe. Are they going to help me if something goes wrong? Can I trust this company? So I thought that this was very well done. And, he says, unfortunately, this is the first we're to learn that this was not such a story, and therefore, blah, 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 blah. So basically, he did a really good job really trying to put himself in the client's shoes, especially for the future clients. Because when you respond, you got to think about the future clients. What are they going to think when they read this? All right, so these are the top 3 things that I can tell you not to do. Do not accuse a client of lying. Do not call reviewers by name or curse. Do not use profanity, you guys. You cannot take things personal, because this is a business. At the end of the day, you got to remember this is a business. It might be your baby because you're growing this company, but you still need to treat it as a business and be very diplomatic. You have to be professional. You have to remember that when you respond, you got to respond with the potential future clients that are going to be reading your messages. So you got to be very diplomatic. You have to, in every review that needs to be handled properly in the future because of a problem in your service structure, you have to help the client understand how you're going to fix it so it doesn't happen next time. That's what gets a lot of clients to appreciate you, even if you don't have 4 and 5 star, because they will read the reviews. And if it's 3 star and the company says we are working on solving the problem and this is how we're going to solve it, or we're already implementing changes, the customer values that because they know that they're dealing with a professional. So this is an example of my company. This person gave us a 1 star review. They're saying that they communicated with us. They told us that what they needed, and then when the cleaners got there, they didn't speak English. And even though this person, believe it or not, speaks Spanish, so it was a little surprising to get that Yelp review because of the language problem. But this was my response. Thank you is always the first thing I said. Thank you for your feedback and the opportunity to continue to improve our customer service. And then we'll go into the response, and then I explain a little more why our people don't speak English, and then what we're doing about it. Believe it or not, we have so many future clients said, I read that you're working with your employees on your English program. I think that's amazing. Great job. So this review actually helped me get more clients because people appreciated this right here. The response that we are going to take care of our employees and that we're working with them. So this is not just someone with a vacuum and a mop trying to claim for some clients and charge them high rates. So then this is another review. This was a 2-star review, and the client was frustrated because of something that happened. And it's true, this was a real review of something that went wrong with our operations that day. We had drivers at one point because we were short staffed of cleaners that didn't drive, that had a license. So we had drivers drop and pick up the mains from house to house. So in this case, the driver was very frustrated because she had to finish and the maids were falling behind and she had to go and pick up her kid. And it became a huge nightmare that day because they were still just going into the last house. So obviously the customer wasn't happy. The customer requested a specific time frame, and when the maids got there, they said there is no way because just the living room was a little quite messy, to say the least. So this client, although some of the things he complained about were true, some of the other things were completely on the a little crazy side, because this client wanted to pay cheap. He wanted the really good service. He wanted them to take off their shoes, and we don't do that. So I had to go into explaining what was it. I had to thank him. Thank you very much for your feedback. Please know that I had to explain why the maids don't take their shoes off. Then I had to go into the time frame situation, and then I talked about the fact that I did call him, and then he goes online and says that he's unhappy, even though on the phone he told me that he was very happy. He was just confused why the driver left. Well, the driver doesn't clean, so the driver was just there to drop off, and that I explained that on the phone call, but still he proceeded to go and put in a review. And then he went from being super happy to not being happy, so I was a little confused. But anyways, this is another feedback, and she was this is 2-star, and she was not impressed because she didn't want to pay the high fee. and she's saying that her cleaners do a better job, and I don't understand the hype. So I just wanted to thank you for your feedback. We're always interested in learning how we can offer better service to our clients. Unfortunately, we couldn't find her, so we had no idea what she was talking about, who she was in our system. But I did go into explaining the hourly rate, why it's higher than the other companies in the area. And I basically said, reach out to us and we'll follow up with you or something like that, right? So every opportunity, I try to use it to my advantage. I try to explain what we're going to do, if there is something that we can do, or if it's something unrealistic like the English. Well, there is only so much we can do, but we will do our best to help our cleaners learn English. And amazingly enough, that worked really well for us. So this one, she was complaining about the price and how expensive it was, and then I explained why the price is expensive, or competitive, not expensive, competitive. So again, you guys, make sure that you stay very professional during your communications online. Make sure that you provide an action plan of what is it that you will do to solve the situation so it doesn't happen again. And make sure that you always say, thank the client for taking the time to provide the feedback. I believe that if a client takes the time, it's because at least something really went wrong. So then I investigate. How did we fail? How can we prevent this from happening in the future? All right, so that's it. That's all I have for the Yelp. Make sure you subscribe and that you go to tremendouslife.com, or that you go to the Facebook groups Six Figure Cleaning Business Masterclass. And I will see you on the next video. Ciao.